Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. And today, we have finally made it. Today we are doing Date Alive, Spirit of the Spider. What If Shido was Spider-Man 2099, the movie, Spiderverse Edge of Time, Part 1. This will be the first of a two-part series that will close out Anime X Marvel Phase 2, the Spiderverse. After 3 months, 10 stories, a whole lot of sleepless nights, a lot of double uploads, the day has finally come, where all of our favorite heroes from the anime Marvel Spiderverse unite in a joining effort to face off against one of Marvel's most iconic and strongest foes. Now, as some of you may see, this two-part movie will be covered from two different series perspectives. First being Date Alive, second being ReZero. And for those who know, you know why ReZero. All in all, I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being along for the ride. And I do hope you will enjoy what these next 2 days have to offer. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Time. Time is such a tricky thing. It's a fickle thing. You cannot see it. You cannot smell it. You cannot feel it. You can't taste it. But yet, you see its effects. The sun rises, the moon falls, and vice versa. Things grow and die. The passages of time, they do not exempt anyone. When a man is at the end of his life, what does he ask for? You've heard the saying. He does not ask for money, fame, or fortune. He simply asks for the one thing he cannot get back. From the day that he is born to the day that he dies. Of all the things that can work against him, it's not his body, it's not his intellect, it's not his strength, it's simply time. From the day that you are conceived in the womb, you're put on the clock. For some people, they're lucky if they get out of the womb at all, and even then, they face life's anxieties. Every day of your life, you make a choice. You make a decision. Just getting out of your bed is a decision. And for many people, in many worlds, across many worlds, many lifetimes even, decisions have been made that have affected the course of history and time itself. And every once in a while, you come across a special individual, one of whom makes a decision that he cannot take back. But, given enough time, could the course of history be altered? Could things be changed? Well, now we find out. It was July 7th. You could say that this was the day that would live on in infamy for Shido Itsuka. He had simply been walking about. He had actually planned on attending the Tanabata festival when by chance he saw her, Kurumi, a girl who seemed rather unassuming to most. However, Kurumi Tokasaki, aka Nightmare, was anything but an ordinary girl. She was a spirit. And well, spirits were tricky individuals. However, Kurumi did not seem like her ordinary self. No, not today. She was pestering Shido, asking for a date. Of course, Shido didn't have the aid of Ratasker. He didn't have his headset with him, and he felt inclined to not take her up on her offer but he decided to. They enjoyed their day together, from going to the movies to going to the aquarium. In fact, almost in a weird activity, to say the least, they actually posed as a married couple. For Shido, this day, he couldn't say that he didn't enjoy it, that he didn't have any fun. As the day drew to a close, though, Kurumi and Shido, as a part of the festival tradition, many would write their wishes on a special piece of paper and tie it to a tree. Kurumi writing hers, she looked to Shido, wanting to thank him. She knew she didn't have long, but even still, for the day that she had been given, it was more than what she could ask for. However, as the ground would open underneath her feet, multiple hands reaching up towards her, Shido attempting to pull her free from whatever was trying to take her away, another phenomena would occur. The sky that had now grown dark would be bathed in a violet light. It looked as if the sky were being split in two, and from above, what Shido saw next, a torrent, a rain of blast and destruction. Whatever was holding on to Kurumi would suddenly stop as she looked to Shido. "Kurumi, what's going on?" Shido would ask. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this." "Wait, this isn't a spirit causing this?" "No, I don't know what's going on, but Shido, look out!" A piece of rubble was getting ready to fall onto Shido. However, using his strength, he was able to move it with ease before grabbing Kurumi and getting her out of the way. Civilians and people were running for their lives. The spatial quake alarm hadn't even gone off. This wasn't even a spirit attack, so what the hell could be happening? Origami and the AST would now arrive onto the scene. There were reports of nightmare in the area, but still, if any spirit used their power, the spatial quake alarm was set to go off immediately. Whatever was happening, this was not spirit related. At the same time, Shido would get a call on his phone from Kotori. "Shido, where are you? What's going on around there?" "I have no idea. The spatial quake alarm, it didn't go off. Do you guys know what's going on either?" "I don't. I just got in contact with Fraxinus, and the members of her tasker, they don't know what's happening either. Hold on, I'm getting a call from Reina. Try to protect as many people as you can." Shido would have no choice but to do that, as he attempted to save the civilians, keeping them out of the way. Kurumi, surprisingly enough, would find herself helping, as the firing and the blast would continue. Out of nowhere, strange-like individuals, soldiers, would start to march. Shido would see what they were doing, and he had to move to intercept them. His clothes now transforming as the nanofiber that formed his suit would now form itself all around him. The Spider-Man had now suddenly appeared, ready to battle against this strange foe. "I don't know who the hell you are, but your firing ends here." As if paying no mind to him, they would continue to shoot towards Shido. However, Shido's reflexes and skills allowed him to avoid all of the attacks as he went engaging with the enemy. Origami would come flying in with the AST as they would now find themselves aiding Spider-Man in the fight. "Origami? Shido, what's going on here?" "I don't know. They're not spirits." "I know. We had the same idea, but where's Nightmare? She was in the area." "What, Kurumi? She didn't cause this. That's not the point. We still don't know what's going on. We can't lose sight of her." The two would now stand back to back as they stood fighting against the enemy. "The last I saw, she was trying to help a few people escape. Now isn't the time to try to go spirit hunting. We need to keep the people safe." "I know that, Shido, and I promise you we're going to do that. But she's still a rogue spirit. We can't just keep her out of our sights." In the meanwhile, Kurumi was attempting to get away, not just from what was trying to drag her down, but from a new foe overhead. As she continued her running, though, she soon found herself cornered. The strange-like soldiers were now standing in attention, as from almost out of nowhere, a figure clad in green and purple would appear before her, his face blue. Kurumi Takasaki. I must say, in all my years, I never thought that I would meet someone like you. Who the hell are you? What do you want? How do you know who you are? I've learned a lot about your world. Many things indeed. I must say, sometimes you have to take the advice not to throw out the baby with the bathwater. I was just about ready to siege this entire planet, but then I learned about you and about what you're capable of. What I'm capable of? Yes. You have a unique power over time, but it's limited the way it is now. And I think it's better suited to be in my hands. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm just not for sale. From out of nowhere, another Kurumi would arrive. However, in her signature black and red dress, her hair tied in two twin tails, her glowing golden clock eye showing fully, holding two guns, one a pistol and one a musket, as she looked towards the strange individual, ready to shoot. You are such trouble, me. I didn't. You let a boy sway your emotions. And now it seems you've brought an even more mess into my life. I'm really going to have to straighten you out. But dealing with you first. I'm sorry, but I didn't come here to talk to children. Foreigner and disrespectful. No matter. I'll be dealing with you soon enough. Now, the spirited-formed Kurumi would attempt to fight against the now estranged individual. However, for every attack Kurumi seemed to launch, he was able to counter it in his own right. The Kurumi that had gone on a date with Shido, she had no idea what was going on. Of course, this was herself after all. I mean, for better or for worse, she couldn't just do nothing. The two Kurumis would then begin to fight against the strange mystery opponent, both of them standing back to back with their guns drawn. You just had to go and fall in love now, didn't you? Well, I'm you after all. You can't just put all the blame on me. It's only you and yourself. Excuses. It makes no difference. We'll settle this later. For right now, let's kill this bastard. Agreed! Zofkill! The two would begin to shoot multiple shots towards the stranger. He seemed frozen in time as they pelted him with bullets, only for time to resume. However, before they knew what had happened next, the spirited-formed Kurumi would be kicked in the face, the other one grabbed by the throat and held. That's a neat little parlor trick. Definitely tricky in a world like this. However, can you do it on a grander scale? On a grander scale? What the hell are you talking about? I see. You've never traveled beyond the barriers then. I honestly expected more, but I have nothing to worry about. You definitely have potential, I'll give you that. But in the end, you're really out of your league here. But as for you, you will do just fine. And I'll be taking you with me. However, before he had a chance to make his next move, a web ball would be shot right in his face. As he turned to see who had done it, it was Shido. Kurumi would smile hopefully, as Shido would move and tackle the strange individual, causing him to lose his grip. As Shido would slam him into the ground, the soldier is now attempting to fight against the two Kurumis. What the? That's enough of that, don't you think? Shido would say. From where I'm standing, you really don't know how to treat girls at all. But don't worry, I wasn't that good at first, but I've had a few coaches here and there and show me a thing or two. You'll get the hang of it, I promise. Ah, I see. So, you must be one of the anomalies. Miguel O'Hara? What? Sorry, wrong name. Think you got me mixed up with someone else. So you're not Miguel? No, I've never heard of a Miguel in my life. Who the hell gave you that idea? I see. Then you're just like all those other rejects who have been chasing after me. What rejects? Kang! Those rejects. From out of nowhere, another Spider-Man would appear, dressed in red and black. He seemed a lot bigger, taller than Shido, as he went storming in after Kang, who would use his abilities and technologies to block him off. And now, a multitude of Spider-Man had started arriving. I told you guys we should have just called my team, Sid Kagano would say. If we had done that, we would have had this wrapped up a week ago. There's no time to worry about that young Kagano, Ichiro would say, the cyborg Spider-Man flying in the air as he continued fighting off against Kang's forces. Should we try to summon our Avas now? Asuka would ask Shinji. Too many civilians. If we do so, we'll only hurt more people than we'll save. Right now, let's just spread out our AT fields and try to shut down the whole area, guys. Right! Shinji, Asuka, Rei, Toji, and Penny all activated their AT fields, holding Kang's forces, stopping them just long enough for the others to step in. You know, I'm really getting irritated about chasing around this guy, Hobie would say. Yeah, but there's nothing we can do about it, Ryoku would chime in. In either case, sleeping Mako would now be in the mech Spire following close behind. This is our best chance to stop him once and for all. Yeah, it's time to cut them down. Satsuki would draw her blade, as now the spiders had entered into the battle. Using their life-fibering webbing, they would try to hold and round as many of them as they could, Gwen coming in last for the final blow to the specific group. Still though, can't say this hasn't been any fun at all. Fun for you guys maybe, but not for me. I got a world to get back to, Skune would say, as he now formed blades from out of his forearms, stabbing them into a group of soldiers. This is just irritating. Still though, all the same, all this time travel and yada yada yada. I mean, how often do you get to meet other people that are all like you? All I had was a mission to find the Prime Minister. Form a family, they said. It would be easy, they said. Honest to God. Well, it was either do this or help Anya with her homework. This is probably the easier option. Oh boy. I wonder, do you think I should? No, don't. He locked away that symbiote in the capsule for a reason, Shirogane. Don't go breaking it out unless we're desperate. Yeah, but still, I hardly know anything about it or how it works. Good, you don't need to. You get all worked up while you're using that damn thing, and then you're drowning in your own hatred. We don't really have time for another black-suited Spider-Man going rogue. Another one? Yeah, we don't really talk about it. All the same, though, multiple Spider-Men have appeared out of nowhere. Some of them, well, all of them were very unorthodox, especially to Shido. What the hell? A cyborg? A pig? Anomalies. All a bunch of anomalies. They've been very persistent, very annoying to say the least. For me personally, I don't see the point in it. But in the end, it makes no difference. I've come here for that girl, and I'm not leaving without her. Well, I hate to break it to you, but you're leaving empty-handed. Well, not entirely. I got a beat down made just for you. Shido would now begin his fight against Kang. Kang had the strength and the skill to be able to go toe-to-toe with the young man, along with the other Spider-Man that joined soon behind. Don't you ever get tired of this, Peter? Or should I say, Otto? It ends here, Kang. You're not getting any farther. Yeah, that's what you said to me before. And the last time, and the last time, and the last time. Honestly, I thought you would have learned after I killed all your Illuminati buddies, but it seems you truly don't get the gist of things now, do you? A glutton for punishment, still coming back for more. Although, I guess with Spider-Man, that is the legacy you choose to live up to. You know, if you had never put on that mask, if you would have just looked the other way. Before he had a chance to finish, though, the superior Spider-Man would now lunge back towards him once again. Shido attempting to help him, only for the two to collide into one another. Ow! My bad! Get out of the way, kid. If you don't understand, if we don't stop him, things are going to... Everyone would feel the ground shake underneath their feet. A large earthquake was now starting to occur. Buildings were starting to fall. Fires and blasts of energy starting to erupt from all over. He's trying to throw us all off. Stop him before he gets to the target! Everyone would now race towards Kang that had now found the Kurumi he had been looking for. The girl dressed in black. As she looked up to see Kang, she would reach for a gun, preparing to shoot him, only for him to pull the gun away from her into his hands. So, this is how you do it. A primitive weapon, but still, I say it gets the job done. What do you want from me? No need to worry. I promise. It'll all be over in an instant. We're leaving. With that, Kang along with Kurumi would begin to ascend into the air, before eventually they would disappear altogether. Whatever soldiers remained, they were struck down and killed. Shido had no idea what was going on. Toka and the other members of Ratasker had arrived, and there was still the other Kurumi. However, she didn't look like she was doing all too well. Kurumi? Kurumi, what's wrong? I don't feel whole. Shido, a part of me is gone. It's gone. I don't know. I don't know what to... It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be fine. Coldry! I need help! I'm on my way. Fraxinus is just above you. We're sending people down. A crew on Fraxinus would arrive to pick up Kurumi along with Shido. The other spiders, well, they had no idea what to do, but they followed close behind. Shido didn't know what was going on, but if they knew something, then there was no point in turning them away, so they all just came for the ride. As they arrived on the Fraxinus, Kurumi would be taken to the medical bay, where the medic staff would begin working on her immediately. All of the spiders now gathered together in one area, being kept under close supervision, as Kotori would take her seat in the command chair, Toka and Yoshino following close behind. Yoshinon, the rabbit finger puppet, however, was only too enthralled in the moment. Wow, would you look at this? It looks like a whole bunch of off-brand Shidos have arrived. Come on, Yoshino. Now isn't the time. Kurumi doesn't look like she's doing too well. Yeah, you're right. I hope she's gonna be okay. She'll be fine, Toko would say. Isn't that right, Shido? I hope. Look, what the hell is going... Who is that girl? Superior Spider-Man would ask. What the... Who is that girl? Both Shido and Superior Spider-Man would get in each other's faces before the rest of the spiders had to get in between them to stop things from breaking down and getting any worse. Guys, calm down. Now isn't the time for this, Gwen would say. We need to figure out what's going on. Why are we here in the first place? That's what I would like to know, Kotori would say. And just who the hell are all of you? Well, I'm Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. Technically, I'm Spider-Ham. I mean, you could say we're Spider-Man, although technically we're Jujutsu sorcerers, Miles would say. I'm Ichiro Inuyashiki, businessman and cyborg Spider-Man. I'm Ghost Spider. Spider-Woman, I prefer silk. Spider-Punk, Hobie Brown, at your service. I'm Spider-Man, Shinji would say. Arachne, Asuka would say. Armor Spider. Spider-Mech, Penny Parker. Ooh, I'm Spider-Mech too! Mako would also yell out. I'm Spider-Girl, Rei Ayanami would say. I'm Spider-Man, Shirogane would say out loud to everyone. I'm Spider-Man, not really a hero, more of a shadow. Sid Kagano, at your service. One by one, everyone would introduce themselves in some way, shape, fashion, or form. And then finally it led to Shido. Well, I'm Spider-Man too, apparently, but forgive me if I'm wrong. I've never heard of any of you. Where the hell did all of you come from? Why are you here? And what the hell did that guy do to Kurumi? His name is Kang, Superior Spider-Man would say. He calls himself Kang the Conqueror. Ah, yes, I see, Kang the Conqueror, because that answers so many... That doesn't answer anything! Where the hell did you... Will you all stop it? Kotori would yell out, catching everyone's attention as they all now fell silent. Shido, I understand that you're worried, but yelling and getting worked up in a frenzy isn't going to solve anything. You're the leader of all these Spider-Men, women, right? She pointed to Superior Spider-Man with her lollipop. I am the leader, yes. Alright then, I'll be asking you the questions. What exactly is this group thing you've got going on here? Because according to Ratasker's records, there's only supposed to be one Spider-Man, and that's my big bro, Shido Itsuka. Well, your records would be right. In this world, he is the one and only Spider-Man. However, there are other worlds out there. Worlds that we all come from. Other worlds, Kotori would say? Is this some type of different dimension sort of thing? Well, most people call it the multiverse nowadays. But yeah, that's the genuine idea of all of this. You don't actually believe this, do you? Shido would ask Kotori. It makes a lot of sense. Come on, Shido, isn't it kind of obvious? I mean, they all look totally way off, but they all kind of, well, feel like you. Well, we're not all exactly like you, Shirogane would say. What exactly can you do? Kotori would ask. Super strength, speed, enhanced senses, can climb up walls, healing factor, spider sense. Spider sense? Yeah, spider sense. You know, that tingle you get when bad things are about to happen before they happen. You know, spider sense. Oh my god, it's real. Reina? I did not see this coming. I'm so sorry, Shin. What? Sorry? What's wrong with him? Shirogane would ask. He doesn't have spider sense. Wait, you don't have spider sense? What? I mean, come on. Who else has spider sense? Everyone else would raise their hands in the room. Everyone except for Shido. If it makes you feel any better, Mr. Ichiro would say, I'm technically just a robot, so my sensual awareness is pretty much just cybernetic more than anything else. What exactly can you all do? Shirogane had already explained he had basic powers. There was one group, the group of Gwen, Ryuko, Satsuki, Hobi, and Mako. They were all bitten by radioactive spiders who got power from eating sentient clothing. And somehow their power mutated even further. Not only can they make webs, but they make these webbings called life fibers. And one of them's in a robot. Next up was the group that came from Shinji's world, Shinji Ikari. Basically, the same spider powers as everyone else, everybody almost being exactly the same, except another girl named Penny Parker, who also had a spider mech robot suit. Although they created something called the AT field they could use to restrict and bind someone's movements, almost like a form of gravity manipulation. She had no idea. Then there was Kazuma Sato, aka Spider-Ham. He basically was an adventurer from another world that came from another world where he died. Wait, you got isekai'd? Hold on. Holy crap, I got isekai'd? Wait, wait, no. Oh my god. I got isekai'd. I got isekai'd? What happened? Did you get hit by a truck? Shirogane would say. Yeah. He's lying and you know it! Shut up! Wait, you didn't get hit by a truck? No, this idiot didn't get hit by a truck. That's not even close to what happened. The idiot had a heart attack and died because he thought he got hit by a truck, only to see it was a tractor trailer. Was barely even moving at 2 miles an hour? I panicked. Sid Kagano couldn't help but burst his bubble. I mean, that's pathetic. I actually got hit by a truck. Wait, what's your story in all of this? Oh, I got resurrected by a spider god to fight some evil god in another world. Apparently, I knew a couple of people that had you all's names and stuff. I mean, I guess they must have came from another world, but they all died. There was a Peter, there was a Gwen. There was a Gwen? Yeah, there was a... I'm sorry, Gwen. There was a Miguel. Miguel, what? Wait, Miguel O'Hara? Shido would say? Yeah, how you know? That's what Kang called me. Wait, is that who I'm supposed to be? What is going on here? I think I can explain. Don't do it, Ichiro, Superior Spider-Man would say. But won't I? You'll only make things way worse. Look, this is gonna sound incredibly crazy, and I have no way of truly putting this into full words, but hold on, what's their stories? Kotori wanted to ask. Don't you think this is... I want to know all their stories. My name's Miles Morales. There was a Spider-Man in my world named Peter, but he died. Also, he was a Jujutsu sorcerer. I became one myself. Then I kind of passed down the powers to my friend, Megami Fushiguro, and now we're both kind of Spider-Man. Well, I also have a demon inside of me. So, yeah, well, technically cursed spirit, but I mean, who can really tell? You have a demon inside of you? Is that awful? Yeah, I'm scheduled to be executed, too. You're gonna be executed? It's only after I wrap up all parts of the demon, then I get executed. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, Megami would say. And what about you? I went to a school, thought it was normal. Turned out it was a school full of monsters. Then I found out I have monster DNA inside of me. And yeah, my headmaster in a few months' time is going to lead an army of monsters against the human world. So, again, I said I'd help you, but if we could wrap this up so I can get back, I understand, Skune, but no, I don't think you understand. We've been chasing this idiot for I don't know how long. How much time has passed? Time is entirely relative. Einstein said that, Miles would say. Not now, Miles, Superior Spider-Man would yell towards him. Look, the way my device is set up, I can take you all back to the points in time that I pulled you from in the first place. So technically, it's like you never left to begin with. Well, I mean, that's assuming we all survive in the first place. Who are you? Oh, I'm Purveyor Parker. I was born with the quirk called Spider, and that's how I gained my spider powers. Wait, you can make webbing organically? Yeah? Hold up. You can't do that? I use web shooters. I use web shooters also. I make mine organically. It then became a race of people who could make their webs organically and those who couldn't, before finally Shido had to shut it all down. Okay, that's enough. It does not matter who you are or where you came from. I don't care if you got your powers from science. I don't care if you got your powers from magic. I don't care if you use web shooters. I don't care if you make them organically. Right now, we need to figure out what happened to Kurumi. Someone's mad they didn't get Spider Sense. Who the hell said that? Okay, that's enough, Kotari would say, trying to get the conversation steered in the right direction and back under control. You, Kotari would say again, you're the leader of all these guys. Why have you been making a team of Spider-Men and women and all the other? What's this all about? To start from the very beginning, I used to be a part of a different team. We called ourselves the Illuminati. The Illuminati are real? Not now. The reason why my team was put together was because we were some of the best minds and strengths from different universes. The whole point of our team was to try to keep the multiverse safe, to stop anyone or anything that got out of hand. Not too long ago, there was an incident with a being, one that called herself the Scarlet Witch. However, a ragtag team of heroes from across different worlds joined together and managed to stop her. However, not too long after, another threat came that was even worse. He calls himself Kang the Conqueror. He's a being from a distant future of another world. He's used his vast amounts of intellect and otherworldly abilities to go from multiverse to multiverse in an attempt to conquer it. However, he's not alone in that endeavor. As time goes on, more Kangs from different timelines start to form, each one with their own machinations for world multiversal domination and rule. Essentially, he's been at a war with himself for I don't know how long. He's become more of an unorthodox, a presence in the world that can't be changed or unwritten. It doesn't matter how many times you try to kill him, if we don't stop him at the source, this one in particular, things are only going to go from bad to worse. So, he's a multiversal time traveler who's trying to conquer and destroy every world in existence, Kotari would say. That's just about the gist of it. But that still doesn't explain why he came here, why he took that girl. What significance could she have? Her name's Kurumi Takasaki. She's a spirit. She also has the ability to manipulate and control time. She can what? Although we don't know the full extent of her powers, you could say she's kind of like our Kang. Yeah, but still, there are multiple Kangs. We've only ever seen this one girl here. Kang said something about a power not being able to pass over a barrier, Shido would say. He's likely talking about the multiverse. In all likelihood, Kurumi's powers are tied to this universe specifically, meaning if you take one out of the universe, then her power becomes almost non-existent to her. But if you gave the power to someone that could move across worlds at will, then they'd have the power of Kurumi on a grand scale. But why did Kurumi get sick, Shido would say. Reina would then speak up. It's because a part of herself no longer exists in this world. Look at it from this perspective, Shido. Despite all the times Kurumi died, she died in this world. Her body, her essence, her very being, it's all connected to this world in some way, shape, fashion, or form. When Kurumi fights, she fights with the aid of herself. She calls on herself from various points in the past and in the future. It's one of the key strengths to her abilities and why she's nearly impossible to kill. But imagine taking, well, a part of yourself and simply taking it out of existence. Here's a better way of explaining it. Kurumi feels everything. Even when one of her time remnants dies, that experience of death, it goes to her. She feels it. As painful and as unsettling as it might be, it's still something that's for her natural. Imagine taking a part of you, a piece of your very spirit, and just wilting it out of existence. It's that part of you that you can never feel again, a part of you that will never be whole. Simply put, Kurumi is now in a state where she can't be stable. If that time remnant of hers doesn't return back to this world, she'll completely unravel. She'll grow completely unhinged. She might not just break down physically, but mentally also. Her power is already entirely unstable. Even in the state she's in, you couldn't seal her power even if she gave you permission. That's how serious this is. If we don't return the time remnant back to our world, she'll completely unravel and break away. In all likelihood, all of that energy will lead to one of the most massive spatial quakes to ever happen in our world's existence. And even if we kill her, it might only speed up the process. Shido now understood the direness of the situation as he turned back to the others. This Kang guy, where is he? He has a citadel, a realm where he keeps as his own fortress. We were able to find it not too long ago. In all likelihood, he's probably going back that way. Take me to him. If Kurumi is still alive, then we can get her in time. Bring her back here before anything else happens, and we can stop Kang. It's gonna be a lot easier said than done. We've been chasing after him for I don't know how long, and his forces are impenetrable, Lloyd would say to the group. I've seen countries, very powerful ones. More often than not, they keep themselves well fortified, not easy to get in. And for someone like him, if this Kurumi has a power that he craves, he's going to make sure that nothing stops him from gaining it in full. In all likelihood, his fortress is going to be locked down to the max. If we don't go in there with the right form of plan or strategy, we're all going to die. I wish we could have brought him along. Who? Shido would say. There was another Spider-Man I was trying to find. Another one? Kazuma would say. Look, he's not like any of you guys. So what? We're just chopped liver then? Hobie would say to the group. No, that's not what I mean. There was something different about the boy, his power. Just the way that he was. Although, the world that he's from, I haven't been able to find it, at least not yet. Although, I have my scanner still looking. Wait a second. If you could find or bring any people with you, why have you just been finding Spider-Man? Traveling the multiverse is not an easy thing, kid. Even with what I was managed to salvage from where my base was before Kang destroyed it, even still, finding others specifically is a lot easier said than done. Or, a better way of putting it, it's easier to find those that are like me in the multiverse instead of just finding anyone else. And we're all connected through our power and our being of Spider-Man. That's why when we followed Kang, we locked onto your signature when we came to this world. Despite our differences, Shido, you're like us, through and through. Shido, will you help us? Of course I will. Kotori? Reina, how long can we keep Kurumi stable? We have our best working on her right now. I say we can keep her stable for a decent amount of time, although the sooner we can get her remnant back here, the better. Alright then. Bro, it's up to you. Right. We're gonna launch our attack against Kang's Citadel. In all likelihood, he's going to have it entirely locked down. If we can storm in there, we can grab your Kurumi, bring her back here. If we take Kang out of his home field advantage, then it means we can bring him to us. And then we can take him out once and for all. I like the sound of that. Let's do it. As Shido prepared to leave with the others, Kotori would run back towards him. Kotori? Toka and Yoshino close behind. We want to come with you, Shido, Toka would say. Yeah, you don't have to do this alone. If we can help you in any way, and Kurumi, then we want to. No. We're going to have to handle this ourselves, Superior Spider-Man would say. We don't want to bring anything along that's unnecessary. What do you mean unnecessary, Toka would say. Shido's our friend. We can't just... Guys, right now, Kurumi needs your help here to make sure that you keep everything stable. If worse comes to worse, it's not going to come to that, Kotori would yell. She moved over to Shido and grabbed him by the neck. I don't care what happens. You make sure you come back home. You understand? I'm serious. Promise me. I promise. I'll come back home, Kotori. I promise. You better. Kotori would let him go, as Shido would follow behind the others, as they would make their way through the time void, before they would arrive to Kang's sanctuary. In the meantime, the soldiers now had Kurumi restrained, the one that had been taken by Kang. As she walked through the halls of the sanctuary, statues of the man lining the walls on both sides, she saw all of his vast technologies, weapons he had collected from different worlds, and Kang walked ahead of her. You know, anomalies, they're truly fascinating. Anomalies? What are you talking about? You have no idea. I've seen so many things. I've seen so many worlds. So many that I can't even comprehend it all. However, anomalies are something else. In nature, they're entirely imperfect. They're not supposed to exist. And yet even still, they bear great fruit. Your world, the worlds of those spiders to be more specific, they're not even supposed to be in existence. They're not supposed to be real. However, something happened in the multiverse to where these unexplored worlds started gaining these heroes that aren't supposed to exist in them. I'm not entirely sure why myself, but all the same, they are truly fascinating. However, there's a problem. I don't have the power, at least not individually, to really challenge these worlds. However, you can give me that. What do you want from me? Kang turned and pointed at her face, her eye. You can't use your power here, can you? Your power, it's great, but it's limited. You see, in your universe, your power, it reigns supreme. Truly, you are a master of time in your world. But when I take you out of your world, well, now you have a tool, but you can't use it. And the way I see it, if you can't use it, I think I should. Get away from me. What are you? I promise. You'll be well compensated when this is all over. I don't like to kill unnecessarily. And I have no idea the ramifications of killing you, so I'm not going to take that chance. Prep her for surgery. What? What are you going to? Don't worry. He'll all be fine. Kurumi, all she could do was yell. And she hoped Shido would find her. As the Spider-Men continued their travels, Shido looked on. What they were standing on was called a time platform. It was a normal surface. However, once you stood on it, you could travel across the voids of time and space itself. The Superior Spider-Man had been using it for a while now. It's how he recruited everyone in the first place. However, Shido looking through the colors and the voids and everything else. Sometimes vaguely being able to see into other worlds, it really didn't matter. The only thing that mattered to him was finding Kurumi and bringing her back. As he overlooked everything, he would feel a hand on his shoulder. It was a Spider-Man. Ham. You look nervous, dude. You alright? I'm fine. And you? Your story? Oh, me? I got into a fight with the Headless Knight and his cat scientist assistant. So he doused me in radioactive spiders to try to kill me. Then he sent radioactive pigs to eat the spiders, but they ended up biting into me as well. And now I have the power to turn into a spider pig or whatever. And you're okay with that? Nah, it has its ups and downs. Excuse me. Yeah, but it's gonna be alright, dude. I mean, I've already died before, more times than I'd like to count unnecessarily. I mean, you get used to it, kinda. Yeah, but I have a feeling if we die here, it's all over. Yeah, you're probably right about that. But everyone here has got their own story. That guy, he's a spy in his world. Had to form an adoptive family and break into another country and everything. He's always acting stoic like it's all about the mission. But when no one's around, he opens up a little pocket watch that he carries on him. Has a picture of his family. Looks at it for a long time. One way or another, we've all got something that we want to protect. Even you. Me. You know, I'm just an adventurer. I have a party. A useless goddess, mage, swordsman. Can't hit a thing to save her life. Honestly, they make my life way more trouble than it's worth. But all the same, I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to any of them. And this Kang guy is bad news. If he does whatever he wants, he might destroy all our worlds. He doesn't even seem to care. All that power, and he's not responsible with it, Shirogane would say as he sat next to him. And you're Spider-Man. In the grand scheme of things, I'm probably nothing special. Although recently I did gain this. Shirogane would take a capsule that he held on his side. A black liquid was inside of it. They call it a symbiote. Apparently it got stuck to me. When I got recruited, our leader, he was able to capture it and put it in this vial. He says I can't open it unless I'm in a real dire situation where I need it. I don't fully understand it at all myself, but all the same, there are a lot of things about this, all of this, that I don't get. Even more so, I have something to protect also. My friends, my family. If Ken gets what he wants, who knows what's going to happen to them? I can't take that chance. None of us can. So, in a roundabout way of saying it, Shido, you're not the only one that's got something that's worth fighting for. We all do. If we all stand together, then I know we can get through this. Alright guys, group up. Superior Spider-Man called everyone together. This is the layout of his fortress. All in all, the schematics I was only able to update recently. All in all, his guards are going to be stationed at the outer gates. He has golems that are going to be on watch. Shinji, you and your team, you're going to have to use your mechs to break through and open the way for us to get inside. Mr. Ichiro, we're going to be relying on your tech. I'm going to give you the aid that you need to be able to hack into the systems. Once we create an opening, we're going to have to go here to the lower bases itself. That's likely where he's going to be held up. And that's likely where Kurumi will be also. Once we get there, our main job is going to be to extract Kurumi and pull her away. As for Kang, if we can, we're going to light this entire place up. Destroy it so he has nothing to be able to rebuild with. If possible, let's try to kill this son of a bitch. Everyone nodded, as they now had to take on their assignments. Hey Miles, yeah? You alright? Megumi would say. I'm fine. Look, I don't know why Gojo allowed us to get stuck in this situation, but we're here. Right now, our only focus is to complete the mission and get back home. It goes without saying, but you need to make sure that you keep him under control. I got it, don't worry. Within Miles, though, a sinister being would laugh. This seemed like a great opportunity to have some fun. They would arrive to the outskirts of the realm where Kang found himself being held up. Just as they suspected, his whole sanctuary looked like a fortress. It looked more like a pyramid, giant rings floating and moving around it. Those time rings are likely how he's able to move across time itself. If he's really going to make a move, why hasn't he done anything sooner? Because there are other Kangs. Kangs don't particularly get along with one another all that well. Safe to say, Kang is often his own worst enemy. That's why when he makes his move, the next move he makes, it's likely going to be to wipe out all of his competition. So, let's say we beat this one. What's to stop the next Kang from doing something like this? Look, right now we just have to focus on stopping this one. Whatever happens next, happens next. We need to stay focused. Shinji, is your team ready? Yeah, we're about to get into position. Before they left though, Asuka would pull Shinji to the side. Don't go anything stupid, alright? Come on, it's me. It's gonna be... Asuka would then give him a kiss. I know we're gonna be fine. We have you after all. We'll follow your lead. I love you. I love you too. Dinner's on me? It always is. Shinji and his team would move to get into position, waiting for the signal. Once it was given, Shinji and the others would activate their power. In the time that passed, Shinji had learned how to store Leo Pardon, his angel-killing mech, in another pocket dimension, and he had the ability to summon it at will. As for the others, he taught them how to do the same with their Evangelion. As such, Leo Pardon would now rise to attention, with Eva Unit 0, Eva Unit 2, Eva Unit 3, and now Eva Unit 4 close behind. The alarms would now ring as Shinji and his team would raise their mech's arms into the sky. Alright guys, let's do it! Activate AT fields! A now pentagon of an AT field would form over the entire sanctuary, with now a barrier being erected, stopping anything from coming or from going. Superior Spider-Man would lead his team. A multitude of flying forces and others would start to emerge, the mechs leading the way and destroying them, opening a path for everyone else to flow through and get inside. They all raced and followed quickly behind as they went fighting against Kang's vast and massive army. Everyone working together and moving in unison, webs shooting and swinging all throughout the air. People were able to bounce off one another, moving in coordination. Ichiro, the cyborg Spider-Man, flying in the sky, shooting and raining down missiles from multitude of areas. Kazuma, who had begun tapping into more and more of his Toon Force, would use his power to make his arm and body grow in size, like a massive punching arm. I knew watching all that One Piece was gonna pay off. Now! Gear second! Kazuma style! Kazuma would then move like a ping pong ball, bouncing and hitting away at multiple soldiers all at once. How long can he keep that up? He can keep it up till his magic runs out. He's opening a path. Keep moving forward. Both Miles and Megami would stand back to back, both of them using their Jujutsu sorcery, manipulating their cursed energy, weaving it together in unison. They had managed to gather an entire group as they mirrored each other, creating a web-like domain. Domain expansion! Chimera's web sacrifice! In an instant, the army that they had managed to swallow within their domain expansion would be entirely eviscerated. The group continuing to move forward once more. Lloyd, while he preferred fighting with everyone else, his style differed from others. Thankfully, in a couple of worlds they had traveled to, he was able to pick up some guns, and when it came to shooting, he was the best shot all the way around. Headshots were being delivered in full. Hobie, using the guitar on his back and the life fiber strings, would shoot off sonic waves, destroying hordes and hordes of the army all at once. They continued making their descent, while Shinji and the others, within Leo Pardon and the Evangelion, would destroy the flying forces and the others in the massive army that was of Kang the Conqueror. They would eventually make their way to the underground, eventually arriving to the massive door of the labyrinth where Kang was most likely held up. Sid Kagano would step forward as he told the group to stay back. I got this. You all might want to take cover. Sid would focus all of his magic, his left eye beginning to glow as he focused in a pinpoint accurate option of the door. Now, atomic! In one burst, the door would be bursted and flown open, destroying it off of its hinges, the others following close behind as they made their way inside. There, they found the throne room, and sitting on top of his throne was Kang. So nice of you to finally make it. I must say, y'all are running at least 5 minutes late, but I understand, traffic and all that good stuff. Enough playing around, Shido would say. Where the hell is Kurumi? Oh, your girlfriend. He would point to a capsule behind him where Kurumi lied in a chronic stasis. Kurumi, what did you do to her? There was blood around the area where her left eye was. Kang had both of his eyes closed. He opened the right, and then he opened the left, revealing a clock-like eye. He stole her eye. That eye. That's where her power lies, isn't it? Her ability to... I must say, she's kind of like me. Although, I'm a bit more ambitious. Shido would then lunge towards Kang. However, Kang would then pull out one of Kurumi's guns, shooting Shido in the chest, causing him to stop mid-air, before a multitude of shots would ring out all around him as he fell to the ground in pain. I love that move! It's awesome! But still, this is kind of ironic. I mean, if irony was never-ending suffering, that is. All of you. Do you know the legacy that you follow? The footsteps you're standing in? How about I just show you? Above all of them, there were multiple screens and monitors. They watched as Kang would display to them fully what he called their legacy. Spider-Man. I must say, among all of the heroes that I've ever fought, and I've fought in plenty of them, gods, mad scientists, super soldiers, wizards, the whole 9 yards, Spider-Man is probably the most intriguing of them all, truly. A boy whose life is just marred in sadness and tragedy. I mean, truly tragic. And yet, for some damn reason, he persists. All because of his good old uncle. With great power comes great responsibility. Let me guess. You all live by some form of that moniker or phrase, right? You all like to play hero? I'm not really much of a... Oh, I know. You're not a hero, Sid Kagano. At least that's what you tell yourself. But the thing I just don't get is... How after losing everything does he still have the strength to keep fighting? I can't comprehend it. I've killed Spider-Man countless times, and yet every time it's no different. He keeps getting back up. He keeps wanting more. He or she, whoever, whatever, no matter what world I go to, he is the pest. He calls himself Spider-Man. He should be a cockroach because he never seems to fade. But then I thought, killing a girlfriend, killing his feeble aunt and uncle, Killing him? No, that's not enough. No. It's the hope. It's the hope that drives him. The hope for a better tomorrow. The hope that even if he fades, the world lives on. And I assume that's what all of you are. Shinji and the others would now enter into the room, now having everyone gathered together. I'm so glad you finally made it. Truly. Remarkable. Nice work. I love what you've done. Shinji, must say, you are a particular favorite of mine. Hopeful of the bunch. I had to think to myself, what could I do? What would be the best way to break a Spider-Man? And that would be to destroy hope. Hope itself. You see, you give someone something to fight for, and they find an incredible amount of strength. But then I started wondering, what do you do when there's nothing left? The monitors and the holograms would then show all of their worlds. Everything that was happening in that moment. Shirogane saw Kaguya. She was at school with Chika and Ishigami. For Miles and for Megami, they saw Gojo, Yuji, Nobara. Kazuma saw Aqua, Megamine, and Darkness. Shinji and his friends, they saw Masato and Kaji and the others. Lloyd, he saw Anya sitting with Yor. For Gwen and for Ryuko, Hobi, Satsuki, Mako, they saw their world and the friends that they had made as well. Shido, he saw Kotori and the members of Ratasker. For Ichiro, he saw his family. For Sid, he saw Alpha, the members of Shadow Garden. For Tsukune, he saw Mocha, along with Yukari, Kurumu, Emma. Purveyor for Parker, he saw his aunt, the one he had left behind. He was getting ready to attend UA, and she was just enjoying her shy. Don't call it shy tea. Lovely worlds. Lovely families. One and all. Wouldn't you say? Kang, Superior Spider-Man, looked at him. What are you trying to do? Simple. I'm gonna be the only one left standing. But for you all, I want to give you a little sample of what I got cooking. You see, this is what happens when hope dies. His eye, the eye he had stolen from Kurumi, would begin to glow. And with a snap of his fingers, one by one, the timelines would begin to fade, simply vanishing from existence. Everyone watched in horror as the people they knew and loved, they were simply reduced to nothing. For many, they couldn't believe what they had just seen. This had to be some type of joke. It couldn't be real. He had to be lying to them. Anya, come on, guys, Sid would say. Sid would immediately begin to use his contacting magic Even if he was in another world, he had to be able to at least make a call. Alpha? Alpha? Alpha, come in. Alpha? Come on. It's me, Shido. It's Sid. Alpha, pick up. Sid, leave me alone. Alpha. Come on, Alpha, pick up. What's the matter? Are you trying to make a call? Well, go on. Scream a little louder. Maybe she's asleep and she just can't hear you. Alpha! Alpha! Come on, someone, pick up! He wiped them all out. Don't you say that! Don't you say that! They're not gone. I know they're not. I can bring them. This is hilarious. You wanted to be Atomic, the boy who could stop a nuke. You thought you could kill a god. I mean, I've killed gods. But you were getting there. You were getting there. Tell me, what you got in your little magic pocket bag that's gonna stop this, huh? What you gonna pull out? You gonna pull out that slime sword, huh? I got it. You're gonna try to blow me up, right? Well, that's not really gonna work out for you. But if I really, really want to get in the mood, then how about you try to shut the hell up? Sid would then move over towards Kang. He shot a web at his chest, dragging him down from the throne, and he started punching him in the face, raining down shot after shot. Bring them back! Bring them back! You bastard! Before Sid could launch another strike, he would be kicked away. The others would go, launching towards him. Superior Spider-Man tried to get them to stop and to see reason, but as everyone jumped at him at once, he would snap his fingers once more, and they would all stop in midair. Everyone except for Superior Spider-Man. I warned you. I truly warned you. I didn't want to have to do this. You made me do this. And why? You of all people. You're not even Spider-Man. You're Otto Octavius. Do you want to know the truth? You want to know the God-honest truth. Here, let me show you. Kang would show a monitor on screen. The events of Spider-Man 2. Specifically, when Dr. Octopus pulled the machine that harnessed the tritium down to the bottom of the Hudson River, destroying it and himself in the process. Spider-Man survived his Peter Parker. You see that's what was supposed to happen. That was your fate. Your fate was to drown and die at the bottom of a damn river. But by some chance, by some miracle, you survived. And not only that, you took Spider-Man's body. You've been living a lie this entire time. A legacy you can't even lay claim to. And yet you have the nerve to call yourself superior. Don't you get it? Don't any of you get it? You're all not supposed to be real. You're not supposed to exist. Him, he's not some altruistic, powerful hero. He's someone that suffers from delusion. He pointed to Sid Cogano. That boy, he's just a crybaby with daddy issues. In his world, everyone died. What about him? Him? Oh, please. He's just a spy. You could have sent Black Widow or anybody else. It wouldn't have made no damn difference. All of them. None of these people are supposed to be Spider-Man. They're not supposed to exist. Oh, her. He pointed to Gwen. She's the greatest anomaly of them all. Her fate is just to die. She's nothing more but Spider-Man's girlfriend, a plaything, A dumb blonde bitch that gets dropped off of a bridge. Do you all not get it? This is your legacy. You struggle in vain, you fight, you scratch, you claw, and you die horribly. You're somehow the smartest minds in the world, yet you can't make ends meet. You're always breaking your promises. You're always there for everyone except the people that need you the most. I mean, seriously, why do any of you do this? It baffles me. I cannot fully understand. And honestly, I don't really care to. Right now, I got a war to win. Kang would now walk up back to his throne as he took his seat. He snapped his fingers once more, and everyone moved. Now seeing that Kang was not where he once was, but now back on the throne, as he looked down at them all. I personally would love to rip you all limb from limb, but I made a deal. You see, who better to kill a Spider-Man than a Spider-Man? And I found just the one to do it. The doors behind them would open again. Another set of doors, and out walked a figure dressed in black. Superior Spider-Man couldn't believe it, as his mask would disassimilate from his face. Peter, is that... He goes by a different name these days. He calls himself the Spider King. We had a deal. You say I kill them all, and you'll take me to her. Yes, that's what I agreed to. Now it's time for us to both fulfill our ends of the bargain. You have everyone here. Kill them. Before the group knew what hit them, what happened next could only be considered a slaughter of the cruelest kind. The one that called himself the Spider King. The one who took on multiple blessings and principles. The power to withstand even the greatest of their forces. One by one, they would fall. Superior Spider-Man, in his last-ditch effort, almost as if fate had cursed him and blessed him, his device found the world. As the others would continue to fight and struggle in vain to hold him down, Superior Spider-Man looked for the one closest to him. And then he found Shido. Before Shido could even try to jump in, Superior Spider-Man grabbed and pulled him back. Why are you stopping me? He's killing... We can't do anything ourselves. Here, I'm going to open a portal. When it opens, you have to go through it, and you have to find the Spider-Man of that world. He is the only one that can help us now. But what about the... It's gonna be all right. Do you trust me? I can't leave you here. What would Kotari want? She wouldn't want you to just throw away your life. Not when you can do something good. We'll be fine, I promise. Just go. They would make their launch towards the Spider King. Superior Spider-Man would make the first move. Using the device on his wrist, a portal would open behind the Spider King as he pulled him into his arms, holding him down long enough. Shido, looking at the strewn dead bodies, dismembered and disfigured all around him. With a heavy heart, he jumped through the portal behind. Superior Spider-Man now lying on the ground, as the Spider King would beat him mercilessly. Kang would raise his hands to stop him, as he smiled. Change of plans. That portal right behind you? You'll find your dead girlfriend there. Are you serious? I'm very serious. It seems like fate has finally opened upon you. You can feel her, can't you? Rem. Without any hesitation, he jumped through the portal. Kang walked down the throne once more. Superior Spider-Man slowly getting to his feet. Kang would levitate his traveling interdimensional device from his wrist and floated it to his hands, grabbing hold of it. So, this is what you use to recruit all these rejects. Well, dead rejects now. He crushed and destroyed it before throwing it to the ground. All your allies are dead. You sent your weakest to a world where he can do no good, and where he will soon die not too long after. It's over now, Spider-Man. Superior Spider-Man stood ready to fight. Haven't you had enough? It's over. As long as I'm still standing, it's not over. He would make a final charge towards Kang. Kang grabbed and held him in the air. As he slowly crushed his fist, the Superior Spider-Man would be no more. Yeah, well, now it is. As Kang now looked to the future, he saw all the other iterations of himself, all the other versions of Kang. He used the gun of Kurami, summoning the massive clock behind him. Zafkiel. Immediately after shooting his own head, multiple versions of this specific Kang would emerge, each one with the clock's eye. Finally, like-minded individuals, my brethren, this is a glorious day. It's about damn time. Knew you could do it. Never had doubt for a moment. So, what's the next move? Like you don't know. Ah, yes. Now it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. We got work to do. Places to go, worlds to conquer. It's time to put an end to this war, don't you think? When it's all said and done, I'll be the only one left standing. Darkness was all that surrounded Shido. He could hear muffled voices, although he wasn't sure where they were coming from. His ears slowly becoming in-tuned. Well, this does appear to be a bit of a dilemma. I have no idea where this individual has come from. Rom, you say you found him in the forest off to the east side of the manor? Yes, Master Oswald. Although, we have no idea why. For some reason, he has an aura similar to him. So, you found another one, huh? Subaru would say. I gotta say, finding these weird spider guys just seems to be a bit of a habit. Come on, Subaru. Don't be rude, Amelia would say. Come on, Amelia, I wasn't being rude, but still, as one of your loyal knights, I have to stand on guard against stuff like this. You never know, it could be some sort of trick. Wait, he's slowly starting to come to. Shido found himself lying in a bed, his wounds wrapped and tended to. Where am I? What's going? Settle down. It's all right. Looks like you got a hell of a story. As Shido looked to the foot of his bed, he saw a young man dressed in blue and red. Why do you look like him? Look like who? Don't play dumb with me. You killed them all. Peter, did you kill someone? Guys, I've literally been here with you the whole time. I have no idea what's going on. Settle down. You're all right. You killed them. You butchered them. You murdered them like animals. Shido would immediately jump out of the bed, trying to get away. It's all right. I got this. Peter would follow close behind Shido as he ran down the halls of the mansion. As Shido fell down a flight of stairs, before he could get away, webbing was shot at his feet, pulling him to the ground. Stay back. I'm not going down easily. I'll fight you to the death if I... It's okay. I promise, whatever happened, it wasn't me. Wait. You're not Spider King? I'm not the king of anything. What gave you that idea? Are you the one? Do you know another Spider-Man? Another Spider-Man? Wait, how do you know I'm Spider-Man? Look! There's a Spider-Man who's dressed in red and black. He calls himself Peter, calls himself Otto. Otto. Peter would now have to think back. Yeah, that time he was traveling with those other guys. And they all got recruited by Loki, the Illuminati. That Spider-Man that was with... Yeah, he remember. You know him? Wait, you know the Spider-Man from the Illuminati. Wait, you know them? He must be from another world. Where did you come from? What's going on? Where is everyone? They're dead. Dead? They're all dead. They're... It's gonna be all right. I promise. Peter would reach his hand towards Shido. My name is Peter Parker. And I'm Spider-Man. What's yours? Shido Itsuka. I need your help. Yeah, I can see. Peter would reach for Shido's hand as he pulled him up. All right, Shido Itsuka. Tell me everything. This concludes Data Live, the movie, Spiderverse Edge of Time Part 1. What if Shido was Spider-Man 2099? As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video as we conclude the Spider-Verse saga with ReZero the movie. What if Spider-Man was in ReZero? Spider-Verse Edge of Time Part 2. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I thank you all for watching. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. Signing off, and I'll see you next time.